Okay, so we're starting on bag 2. This is going to be all the diffs. Actually, no, I think it's the front and rear diff. I have the center in a different bag. But I do have the instructions out for this one. I had them on the side for the shock build. But I think for this, I'm going to have to have them right in front of me because there are a lot of pieces and parts and tiny bits. So I'm going to get started. Here. Get one of the diff housings. The diff shim, the first one looks like one of the large ones. I guess it's this one here. Now, there is a flat side and a smooth side to a washer. I'm gonna put the flat side up to face me. You know, hold on. Doing this all wrong. I'm gonna take one of the out drives. No, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it for myself. I'm gonna put just one little dot on the out drive. There's a small groove right in there where this O-ring is gonna sit. I'm gonna roll that down. It's a little loose, but we're gonna just pop it down in there. Large bearing. So let's do it this way. Put a little bit more shock oil. See that recess right there? Pop the bearing over it. Push this through. There we are. Now, put the washer in. Again, I'm gonna put the smooth side up. And I'm only using this pick to kind of guide it into place. And I'm failing miserably right now. Just pushing it down. Oh no. Okay, we're in. Goodness. Okay, so there's this side. Now we're gonna do the other side with the gear. Take another one of these drives. Just gonna roll the O-ring over it, and then I'll put the oil on it. Or shock fluid, whatever you got. Another one of the large bearings, right there. Just sits in place. Pop that through. Pop that through. And then we're gonna take the large shim again. Flat side up. There it is. So then I'm gonna take one of these pins here. And there's a hole, I don't know if you can see it in there. So pop it through. It is going to be a loose fit. Pop it through. Then you're going to take one of the sun gears, which is going to be one of these big boys. Need to center it a little bit better. Go ahead and start her up and let's make some closed exhaust pulls. Oh, let me turn that off. Here we go. Is that glorious or what? That's like insanely quiet compared to what it was. Pretty power level. Just center the pin a little bit better. Then drop this gear over it again. Okay, there we go. Now it's sitting nice and flush. So that's one half done. So we just covered this portion here. Now, actually we covered these two and this one. I'm gonna hit this guy real quick. So another pin. Now this one's gonna be tricky because you can't really see the hole from up here, from this point of view. But just gonna guide it down in there. And you can use the channels in here to sort of guide the pin and hold it a little bit while you pop it through. Give you a little bit of working space depending on how big the tool that you're using is. But you can see the pin is now in there. So again, another sun gear, and they are notched for the pin. Just gonna drop that in there, press it down, and it's locked in place with that pin. Now, we're gonna take and go into this step here. Which is gonna be the cross shaft, 4 shims, and these 4 gears. So let's just get to it because it's pretty, this part's pretty self-explanatory, it's pretty easy. Make sure you put the gears this way onto the shaft. All 4 of them are gonna go in the same direction. They're gonna face each other this way. Just like that. There you go, just like that. And then you have to put these little washers on the end of each one. I'm using my fingers here to hold the gear and the washers in place. There. So all 4 of them are in. Now, this is going to drop into your housing. Simple. And once you drop it in, they are going to spread out a little bit and they're going to press onto the housing itself because now they're sitting on the gear that's in there. So that one's done. Now, this is odd because the instructions say 5,000 CST fluid. They gave us 10,000. Not sure if that translates. I don't speak CST. Part number here is 5453. Part number here is 5455. So this is probably a little bit more, a little bit thicker of a fluid. But we're gonna do it anyway. Doesn't say how high to go, but from past experience, I'm just gonna go right up to the top of the gears so that it's thick. I'm gonna give it a little spin, trying to get everything covered. Add a little bit more. So it needs a little bit more. Okay. That should do it. I just gotta put our gasket on. which you'll see it has notches here and then the holes punched out for the screws. There's that. Whoop, whoop, nope, that's not good. I'm gonna put a very small dab of oil on here. Just the smallest little tiny dab right there. Just to give it a little bit of stick. Or this gear now has some stick to it. Okay, so I've got it all lined up. Now this, as much as I want to use power tools, I'm not going to. This looks like even for being 10K, that feels pretty loose, but should be good. 2 diffs done. So set those off to the side for now. So we do still have some parts left over from this bag. Got 2 large E-clips and 2 small ones. Got a small dog bone and this other little weird guy. Not sure what the hell this is. So let's figure it out. Looking at the instructions, this one needs the large E-clip pressed into this groove here. So let's pinch that bad boy on there. And be careful with these because they do want to go flying. So it looks like you got to put 2 of these bearings back to back on the shaft, and this is the little squared side, flat side. So there's 1 bearing and 2 bearing. Okay. And we're going to take one of these gears here with the rectangle shaped cutout, line it up there. There's going to be a slight little protrusion there. So that's where the other E-clip goes in, the small one. Just be careful because this looks like it's going to want to go flying. These are always a fight. Doesn't matter what you do. Don't want to fight you every single time. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank goodness, that was easy. There's a little bit of slop there. I'm sure it'll go away once you install it. The 2 bearings are probably going to separate when they're mounted. But this is what it should look like when you're done, according to the picture. So we'll set that one aside. Then we still have this other little mini dog bone, which is very similar to that one, except it has this end on it. There's also a notch and the same flat sides on the other end. So it looks like it's just the same process. So we're going to put the large E-clip and the large recess there. Let's pinch that guy on. Okay, so that's in. 2 bearings. Then we're gonna put the last of the gears on there, line it up with the flat sides. The small protrusion is gonna be there again. And then the baby E-clip, which again, be careful. I lost one earlier when I was building the shocks. Luckily I had leftover parts from a different car that I was able to take one from. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm putting one end of the pliers on one side of the shaft and the other side on the end of the E-clip, and just trying to squeeze it together. Sometimes it works easily, sometimes it doesn't. There. It just popped in, not going nowhere. Everything's spinning, we're good. Okay, so bag 2 is done. So we got 2 of these little dog bone guys. This one has a hole in it. Figure out what that hole's for later. And our 2 diffs. That's done.